How's it going, everyone? It looks like we have a possible reveal on an early Black Friday deal that a lot of spots might have. Now, Best Buy actually had this today, and if you guys are watching this video, I would imagine it's out of stock, but if it does come back in stock, it's one of the best deals we've seen on one Stellar Blade. Yes, I know a lot of you guys have picked up Stellar Blade at this point, but it's seeing a steep discount, and a lot of times these PlayStation published titles hold up in price for a very long time, so whenever they do see a heavy discount, like to make note of it. And it looks like the fact that Best Buy has this as a deal of the day, I would say it's guaranteed that it's going to see this level of a discount or even bigger come Black Friday, which I think is very exciting. I had pegged that Stellar Blade would see its first major discount for Black Friday. Best Buy's beating me out a little bit as far as it going live right now, but we'll talk about that, and it's a substantial discount on a great game. And speaking of deals, I do want to highlight some other great deals on a couple of other titles available right now as well. So right off the top, Stellar Blade, Best Buy's deal of the day. They did have it down to $39.99. The fact that it's $39.99 for a deal of the day, it is going to be this price point again come Black Friday. I don't know if it's going to get any lower. Honestly, I could see it go down to $35, given the fact that come Black Friday, Stellar Blade would have literally been a 7-month-old game at that point. So, you know, with 7 months, a lot of games see far more substantial discounts within a 7-month window. I am curious to see what level Stellar Blade will get discounted to, but even if it's at $40, and as I said, this was literally the deal of the day today at Best Buy. As I'm recording this video, the listing is literally gone. It doesn't even say out of stock, so I don't know if it's a case of an error on Best Buy's end in that so many people flooded the website. I do believe that there was no error with this being the deal of the day, but this ridiculous of a deal being the deal of the day, and it's not even that ridiculous. Again, Stellar Blade at this point is 6 months old, and this is less than a 50% off discount, but a lot of the times when we you know, value deals like this, it's based on what price points have we seen this game before. The only other deal we've seen on Stellar Blade has literally been if you finessed it from QVC with the, like, new customer discount, or you bought a pre-played copy from Gamefly. That was the only other opportunity that you had to pick up Stellar Blade. Now that it's going for $40, and again, I talk about the game so much on my channel that I believe that a lot of you guys, 80-90% of you already own the game, but there's definitely a decent portion of you guys that also waited to get it on sale, and $70 is a hard sell for any game, even if it's a high quality one like Stellar Blade. A lot of people's contender for a game of the year, and I certainly think it's among the upper echelon. You know, even then, $70 is a hard sell, but at $40, man, I think we're cooking as far as Stellar Blade is concerned at that price point, and I think they've done a phenomenal job of keeping the game in the news cycle in terms of updates. You're gonna get a Nier crossover that's gonna be happening very soon. There's just a lot to sink your teeth into when it comes to Stellar Blade. I still think they should do a paid expansion at some point, like a $20 paid expansion, and then you could do, you know, a complete edition release. You can port it to PC. We've seen the route that Sony generally goes for their game release, and I think adopting that for Stellar Blade as well would be incredibly advantageous for them, and has turned out to be one of the surprising titles of 2024. Really, I put that game alongside Black Myth Wukong as far as games that should be studied on the factor that they're big budget titles, new IPs, and they're priced at premium price points, and they still both popped off. I just think in an era of gaming where you see stories like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown and that game being handled absolutely poorly from a promotional standpoint, I look at a Stellar Blade and I'm like, man, that's how a game should be handled when it's a new IP and doing all of the right things. So there you go with that tangent over. If you don't pick it up today, chances are this exact deal will be available at Black Friday, so very excited as far as that's concerned. If that's the standard of deals to expect for Black Friday, man, things are getting a little spicy. Now, the PlayStation Store is going to have their own Black Friday sale. Generally speaking, Black Friday is one of those times that the physical deals are always going to beat out the digital deals, especially when you're talking about the newer release games. Like, if you're looking to pick up a Sonic Generations, For example, Sonic X Shadow Generation. If you're looking to pick up a Star Wars Outlaws, for example, I think physically you'll get way better value on buying those games physically than you will digitally, especially with the Ubisoft titles. They tend to get their 30% off digitally, and then in stores it'll be like 50% off or sometimes even greater. So my 2 cents on that. Couple of other deals I do want to highlight. The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive Series on PlayStation 4 is down to $14.95 for a physical copy over at Amazon. Great deal. You get Walking Dead seasons 1 through 4, you get the Michonne miniseries, and you get 400 Days. The only issue with Walking Dead is that it really peaks with season 1 and season 2, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Like, season 3 and 4 are good. They're just not blow away like I would put seasons 1 and 2 at. Seasons 1 and 2 I thought were absolutely tremendous games. Seasons 3 and 4 were fine. They were actually even pretty good. It's just season 1 set the standard so high. And the 400 Days and Michonne miniseries are fine as well. $14.95 for this to get all of that content is great. It does often go on sale for like $12 to $15 on the PlayStation Store, but for those of you that want a physical copy of the game, there you go with that. Disco Elysium, The Final Cut, another narrative-driven title. $15.65 for a physical copy of this. Disco Elysium is absolutely awesome if you know what you are getting yourself into. This is more of a methodical, narrative-driven title that is not action-heavy whatsoever. However, the dialogue, the writing in this game may be some of the best in video game history. I literally have seen people say that this is the best writing a video game has ever had, and I really don't have any problem with that line of thinking, because this game is just so well woven together in terms of its writing. It is just incredibly well done, and if you have yet to play it, at least give it a shot, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. I recommended this game to a couple of my friends, and they just didn't know what they were getting themselves into, and that, unfortunately, they didn't vibe with the game as much. That's why I'm being upfront and telling you that this is a more methodical, narrative-driven title, and if you're okay with a little bit of a slower pace, Disco Elysium is very much worthwhile to go through. So $15.65 on that. Rise of the Ronin is at $40, which is a great deal for Ronin, all things considered. I could honestly see this going a little bit cheaper come Black Friday, but $40 for Ronin I think is a pretty decent deal. It's one of those PlayStation titles that was a notable game when it came out earlier this year, but I feel like a Stellar Blade has been talked about throughout the course of 2024. Ronin didn't have that level of staying power, but it was still a fairly decent game. Maybe not $70 worth, but at $40, definitely a solid pickup if you're into your open world action adventure games. And then Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition is down to $40 as well. This includes Miles Morales as well as Spider-Man Remastered. Great deal here. $40 for it gets you the Miles Morales title and a digital voucher for Spider-Man Remastered, which still goes for a hefty price point. So this, from a value standpoint, is the best way to get it. So $40 for that, not a bad deal. Would like to see it at $30. Maybe Black Friday will have it that low. But that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals. That Stellar Blade deal is insane. Check it out for yourself if it's back in stock. As I'm recording this video, literally the listing got pulled from Best Buy because I think people just hammered the website. So even if it's out of stock now, I do think it'll be back in stock come Black Friday. I think this deal will be available, maybe even something better. So if that's the level of deal to expect, that's pretty damn good. And a lot of other great deals available right now as well. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.